You have a general fund that the taxpayers pay into that is supposed to fund particular the constitutional operations, the clerk of court, the sheriff, the probate court judge, and the tax assessor. All of those functions are paid by county-wide citizens to
Right.
fund those operations. Well, what does that have to do with anything? Well, that's where you purchase and you get your uniforms. That's where you get your vehicles. That's
Hmm.
where you get all things that you need that otherwise has been brought up as an issue of concern of how this inmate welfare fund was used to purchase items that otherwise should have been acquired and procured through the contract compliance through the county.
So my question then would be, looking at how this all comes together, and thank you for putting that together so well and easy to understand, is why does it seem like so many people have access to this money?
It's not so much of how many people have access, because in the beginning, and here is the point that many people, and hopefully this will become and I hope that Rob Pitts and Mo Ivory and all other persons are listening. This needs to be a issue that needs to be brought up. Who was the chair? Excuse me, I can't let me say that, let me that right. Who was the commissioner that was responsible for being the second signature on that inmate welfare fund? The
Right.
way it was set up was that the sheriff would have the authority to make the expenditure because it did not require a vote from the commission. But
Hmm.
what you had to do was to at least have one commissioner who was the designated person that would sign off on that as a check and balance to say, okay, we know that this was spent. So,
Right.
who was the commissioner at the time that signed off knowing that these checks had been disbursed? That was the check and the balance to say, no, this is not essential towards the inmate's well being. This is not essential towards the health of inmates. Um, so we have to make that distinction because, um, again, the check and balance comes back to the inmate welfare fund was specifically, emphatically not supposed to be a slush fund. It
Right.
was not supposed to be something you can just willy nilly just spend up out of. As what you have seen is that these welfare funds were used to purchase cars. And you got to remember that this was back at the beginning of Patrick Labatt's administration when he first came into office.